What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. I'm back. Everybody's back. We're back to the Upside Down with Stranger Things. I'm going to bring everyone on just a second, but if you could all do me a favor, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and share out the stream as well. That would help. Every little bit helps as I am on the road to 1K. Let me bring everybody on, and then I'm going to share something. All right. Everybody's here. Hi, guys. Welcome back. We're all alive.
Hey.
We're live.
Oh.
We're live? We're live.
We made it.
We made it. Before we begin, one thing I wanted to share is I hate this new StreamYard shit.
Crazy.
Somebody in our community needs our help. Some of you know her, Scooby. Her and her mom is about to be evicted. They raised the rent almost double the amount, so she needs a little bit of help. So this is the link. I'm going to put it in the chat too. If you can give, awesome. If you can't, if you can at least share out the link, that'd be great too with your community and stuff. We are all here to help each other out. And that's the point of having this community. So I'm going to put this in here and then I'm going to pin it. So there we go. Perfect. All right. And with that, Lord Toxic, you look a little different.
What do you mean?
You look a little different.
Get out of here!
I was like, wow, you grew out a beard. I know I've been gone for a while, but I didn't think I was gone that long.
That was good.
All right, well done. Good job.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, how are you today? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah. Happy Superman Friday, everyone.
Yeah.
Friday. I love. How many of you seen Superman?
Me.
I know.
Yeah. Seen it.
I think we've all seen
Who
it.
has it?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And are we lukewarm? Warm?
Could
It
be
was okay. I
okay.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed
Slightly positive.
Blue Collar's got a pretty good review. I don't know if he did a video review or just I know he put one in the drinker page.
Yeah.
I thought was pretty accurate. He's always a little bit kinder than I am.
Yeah. I watched that video. I just said, well, you guys know it. The bottom line is it's like if you don't like Guardians of the Galaxy, you're not gonna like this. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
my
one
short
If you
version.
don't like James Gunn, you're not going to like
That's fair.
this.
Right.
Yeah, that's all
Exactly.
because I don't want to drag some Superman debate. But yeah, some people are like, well, I hated this film, but then a lot of people hate this film, hate Guardians.
Right.
Yeah, that tracks.
Chris did not want to go see this. I had to beg him to go see this with
wow.
me. I'm like, I don't want to go.
Mm.
He doesn't want to see this. He doesn't want to see Fantastic Four. He didn't want to see Jurassic Park. He just like, fuck all this. He went with me and he's like, it's not good, but it's better than I was expecting. So I feel it's a very mid movie, not to give spoilers away. And it's very, there's like no emotional impact. Whereas like,
Not a ton.
I'm supposed to be cheering for Superman. I feel like half the time he just doesn't want to do his fucking job.
Yeah. It's not a great director's choice for this. He could have I know they've given the DCU over to James Gunn, but he could have been like overall in charge of it without him specifically directing it.
This is because of his ego.
This is his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought this felt like a Justice Gang movie, and I enjoyed that part of it. I thought that was pretty good. And Superman, like, it didn't feel like his movie. Someone else has said this, so I'm stealing their line, but it felt like a compilation of a season of television put together.
I saw that comment too. I was gonna say I think it's just a structural
TikTok.
issue.
Disjointed. It was so disjointed.
Yeah.
But
it feels like they wanted to make it just like vignette style, but they just like in last minute mesh it all together. It's like, no, we're gonna make it just linear instead of just like story by story and like Pulp Fiction style almost.
If they'd had a better Lex Luthor, I'd be a little bit more forgiving of it. But the Lex Luthor,
I liked Lex up till the third act when he like admitted that he was just basically jealous the whole time, and it just like I liked him up to like when there's certain never mind. Don't want to spoil it for Toonie. But I will say this. I don't think it is as bad as people are portraying it to be.
No, it's not.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like it's a very mid movie. Like it's. I think you and Blue and I think we rated it about like what 6-7 together.
I first said a 6. Like, it's probably, I think, yeah, it's like, it's not, some people think it's a 9, which I don't agree with, but also some people are calling it a 2, which I don't agree with. I mean, just everybody here, some of my favorite films are a 5 or a 6. I'm fine with that. But again, all say Nadia is all these people on Twitter, YouTube, whatever, can talk about love or hate it. What matters is box office, because these same people who shit on this film, right? They shit on Avatar 1 and 2, and James Cameron's like, yeah, again, 2 billion, yeah, but you know, box office receipts don't matter about your opinion. So if Superman does $1 billion, all these fucking Twitters and YouTubes mean jack shit. If it tanks, it tanks. So we'll see where this goes, because the same people are saying Jurassic Park Rebirth is terrible. Yeah, just did 300 million.
Yeah. So, well, Jurassic Park has the IP to be a family friendly. Like you can take your kids to see it, and you're pretty much just watching people being eaten by dinosaur. I will say with Rebirth, it was probably the most tame with the violence out of all of them I've seen, and not much blood.
I didn't think 3 was very violent. Did you?
It's definitely more violent than this one. I think. Like it, I maybe have to go back and revisit 3 again. Because I only was able to watch 1 and 2 for the stream I was on, but I was only going to be on for the first hour. It's all right. You know what's going to beat all the box office? I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot.
I'm sure. I think.
Really?
No.
Are you being sarcastic? Oh, okay.
I'm being fucking sarcastic.
Gotcha.
No,
I'm probably the only one in theater to watch that one. Okay?
No, you know what's going to be. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is my prediction. This is going to be the #1 movie of 2025. It's going to be Weapons. Is going to wind up slaying everything. Like Weapons.
It is a sophomore film of Zach Cregg. You can't count Companion because his name was just used for producing. So this is his sophomore film. It also has Julia Gardner in it, who is not batting very well after Ozark. So
true, but I think this might be an exception. We watched the second trailer on Late Night with Lancey the other day. And I got to tell you, man, if you get a chance, watch it. They've got 2 trailers out, and you still don't know what's going on. They haven't given away the whole thing yet. So I think it's going to be like a Sixth Sense type thing or something.
Toxic, have you seen Barbarian?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so you know Barbarian, even if you go back and watch the trailers, you kind of get an idea of what the story is, but then when you watch Barbarian, it completely like blindsides you. Like there's 2 big twists in the movie. Yeah. I think that's what's happening with Weapons. Where Weapons, we're getting this weird trailer. We're kind of thinking there's something going on, but I think the actual movie is a different story. So hopefully it'll live up to being a good sophomore film for him.
I also have high hopes for the 2 Stephen King adaptations that are coming out this year. Running Man and Long Walk. I have really
modern day Stephen King adaptations don't do very well, except for The Outsider. That was one.
I only saw 1 trailer. Have you heard about this new Brams movie? It's about Stephen King's son wrote the book on it. It's about Van Helsing's kids. I saw 1 trailer.
No, I haven't heard this one.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to go see it, but actually, there's 1 showing at 9:30 tonight, so I'm with you guys. But they're only showing 1 showing in my area, which no market.
They're not even showing it out here. And I want to see Together, the Dave Franco and Alison Brie movie, and they're showing free. There's free showings of it in different cities, except for Las Vegas. So if you're like in Houston, Chicago, there's like a ton of different Los Angeles. There's a ton of cities listed. You can go see it. I think it was through. Let me find the link because this might be something chat would be interested in. I'll drop it in. You get free tickets to go see it. So, where is it? I will say, on the topic of this, before we get into Stranger Things, Nathan Fillion, that is exactly the type of person I think Nathan Fillion is in real life.
Why do you hate him so much? Why?
That's exactly who I think he is in real life.
Jesus. Poor Nathan.
Atlanta, Boston, Philadelphia, Houston. They're all Monday the 24th points with free tickets through Bloody Disgusting, San Antonio, San Francisco,
Edmonton.
New York is sold out. So I go. You guys go. What?
I love Nathan Fillion. He could do no wrong. Actually,
he can do no wrong. Yeah, I suffer through The Rookie, even though it's a cheesy vanilla cop show, because I love Nathan Fillion so much.
There you go. See.
He is. I'm going to tell you, it's going to come out, and everybody's going to know. And his personality and all the shit is exactly What guy? That's him. That's him.
You know what, Nadia? You can't stop the signal, but nice try. Brown coats forever.
Brown coats for life, baby.
I'm just
Brown
saying.
coats for life.
Let's say
go.
hi to Kat. Rio, what's up?
Go on.
Go ahead, Toonie. Go ahead.
I was going to say Nathan Fillion was the best part of the Destiny games.
All right, never mind. I wish I didn't let you go. Peepers, what's up? Tuning in here. I see you, Sketch, Toxic. Thank you for letting everybody know that I had to pee. Rachel! Rachel's actually joining us for the Institute. She's going to be
awesome.
joining us for this. So that's
great.
Gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm excited. Ariana, what's up? Hello, everybody. I hope I'm hitting there. Bobby, I see you. Can't count the stuff he did in college either. Bills have to be paid. I don't know what we're talking about. Are we talking about Zach's?
Oh, yes.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. Did you have to do some stuff to pay some bills in college?
I had to wait some tables. Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it nowadays?
In a strip club sometimes.
All right. On that note, we are back for Stranger Things season 3, episode 7, The Bite. So with time running out and an assassin close behind, Hopper's crew races back to Hawkins, where Elle and the kids are preparing for war. It's been a while, so let me pull up the episode. I hate this new StreamYard. I hate it. I hate this new layout.
It's different. It's going to take some getting used to for sure.
Blah. There we go.
All right.
I rewatched this morning. I actually watched this and the finale that we're going to cover next week. It's a pretty solid finale arc, I think. Even for it being season 3.
Yeah.
So I thought we were watching the finale tonight, so that's what I watched.
No,
and it was pretty good. Good, I thought.
Right?
Yeah.
See, poor Zach. She's like, this is what happens when you take 2 or 3 weeks off at a time.
Right.
I'm sorry. I had to go get a shot.
Don't be sorry.
In the butt,
it's my fault. It's my fault. You were shot. You didn't take one in the butt.
Well, it does suck that this episode takes place on July 4th. If only last week was July 4th.
Yeah.
Right. Episode,
Right.
And plus I didn't think anybody wanted to stream during July 4th. It's America.
Nobody here has friends. Come on.
Well, I had family in town anyway. So
it's only 2 hours from your family.
So it's us, Nadia. It's us that you don't like.
So in The Bite,
no denial there. She just goes with it. All right.
I'm not hearing an answer.
Yep.
The various groups of characters coverage as threat of the Mind Flayer intensifies. So we have Dustin, Steve, Robin, and Erica escape the Russian base beneath Starcourt Mall, while 11 and the others face a horrifying encounter with the Mind Flayer monster, which, by the way, I completely forgot that this guy actually walked down the road to him. Tensions rise as secrets are revealed, alliances are tested, the group's prepared for a climactic battle. The episode sets the stage for season finale where the Mind Flayer are closing in and the stakes are higher than ever. All right.
The finale was good. I liked it.
What did you think of up to the finale?
What did you think of the episode before it, Zach?
The Bite.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? There's 2 big key aspects in this. One, Robin tells Steve that she's gay, and 2, Alexei, he's gone. He gets shot by the Terminator.
Right.
Yeah.
He's also gay.
The Terminator Timu guy.
Terminator at home.
Yeah, we have Terminator at home.
Yes, I'm very, very certain that they cast him because he looks like Arnie. There's no way.
Yeah, makes sense.
I love this opening scene with the Wheeler family, where she's noticing something in the trees are moving. It's very creepy.
I like it as a setup too.
Gives me a little bit of Jurassic Park vibes.
I was literally going to say the build-up for the proxy body approaching the house is extremely Jurassic Park-ish.
Thank you, Bobby. I'm your friend too. The Terminator is gay? No, not the Terminator. The Timu version of Terminator we have in this show
is gay.
Same haircut. Probably. He's Russian. No offense to my Russian friends. If I had Russian friends. Do I have Russian friends? I don't even think.
You got one on your channel. What are you talking about, Nadia? That's crazy.
Do we have anybody that's Russian in our little YouTube community? I don't think so.
I thought you were Russian before I got to know you better. I thought Nadia was a Russian.
Because Nadia. Yeah.
Right. That would make sense.
Plus the hair.
Still on season 3? Yeah, we're still on season 3.
Only for a couple more weeks. We're reaching the end.
Yeah, next week we're done with season 3, and then we take into season 4. So
finally,
it's all gravy, baby. This is creepy. This kind of gives me, mind you, I rewatched Jurassic Park like 3 times in the last 2 weeks, and it just gives me the vibes of it with it moving in the trees and stuff like a big animal.
I mean, it really does. I'm like, I was gonna say, like, I just like it. Just sets up how close it is to the house right from the get go. It's not like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, we know exactly how much time they got.
CGI looks great on it too.
Mm-hmm.
I like the multi.
I was gonna say, I love the blues and purples.
I love big teeth and stuff. All right, here we go. And this episode's 59 minutes, so now we're starting to get into the longer episodes too. Granted, when we get into season 4, that finale might have to be split into a 2-parter. How long it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Starcourt gang escapes from the bunker, and fortunately, neither Dustin nor Erica has accidentally gotten extremely high. So that's a take from this. That I've totally made up on my own right now. I'm not reading that from someone's Reddit.
Well, they're high because they got injected with the truth serum.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's gay. She's gay, which we all knew.
Yeah.
The whole time, right?
Which was, I think, a weird setup to this point because they kind of allude to something happening between the two of them as they grow closer and closer, and then all of a sudden. Poor Steve, man. He just found out this girl potentially could like him. Turns out it's not. She was just jealous of him. Yeah, and he's sitting there like outpouring his heart. And this girl's like, "Oh no, I should tell him."
That was weird, Nadia, because she says, like, I sat behind you in this class forever, and like she knew who he was enough to know that, and like he had no idea who she was. So you think there's something to that. Maybe she had a crush on him, whatever, but no, she's just gay.
Yeah, like what she explains it as is that like she wasn't jealous of him, like she wasn't she didn't have a crush on him. She was just annoyed that he took her crush. She was like it was one of the preppy girls, I think. I can't remember. It's like I think that's just got to be one of those cuck Steve's moments. That's when they made, because the actress is a lesbian, isn't she? That's why they did that.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know.
She's a Hollywood nepo baby. Of course, she's probably they, them, they, their, Zer.
Something.
She's Hollywood bi, I think.
Has she been in anything else besides Stranger Things lately?
Not that I know of.
Not really.
I don't think I haven't seen her.
There was some interesting talk that up until like right around like when she premiered in this and she was very popular. There was some interesting talk that the 10th and final movie that QT was going to direct and write was going to be Kill Bill 3, and she would have been BB what you call it, Uma Thurman's daughter in the movie, which would have been so good. I've sold, take my money. I would have done that, but no.
So a quick glance at Maya Hawke's, but a quick look at her IMDb. She's the voice of the anxiety character in Inside Out 2.
Gotcha.
Of course she is.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
She showed up she's in Asteroid City. And that's about it.
So many new
She was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood too.
There you
I
go.
love it. I'm not sure anyone even picked up on it, by the way. When someone said she voices the anxiety character in Inside Out too. I love how Zach's just slipped in it. Of course she is. I don't even know if anyone picked on it.
I caught it. I was still combing the IMDb. It's like, yep.
Yeah.
Well, we have this where Dustin's group is escaping the Russian base because children can escape the Russian base, a military base.
Of course they can. Of course they can.
Yeah.
You mean the thing that Alexi says, like an impenetrable, like fortified, super laboratory. Yeah, that base
with two of them high too on top of it as well.
Yep.
And
like,
2 of them like 12.
Remember the Goonies? Remember the Goonies when the kids could basically just barely get away from the Fertellis, the mom and the two dumbass,
Yes.
you know, mobsters, Disney mobsters. Like they barely made it away from them. But this group of kids is like, you know, they're doing James Bond shit. Like, because of course they are.
Yeah, it's how much you want to bet that Hopper is gonna like have to get. He's not even gonna be able to do it successfully on his own. He's gonna have to like get helped by someone, or he's gonna have like less success at doing this than with these guys. Just these teenagers. I do not think he's gonna have an easier time of breaking into this impenetrable fortress than these teenagers.
I have a question.
By that point, the hard work will be all done for him.
Did you watch the finale yet?
No,
of season 3?
No, but I did watch.
I did
like a couple of weeks ago. So I'm a bit rusty on this.
I heard Zach's too.
Okay, no, I'm just curious, man. I know you might not be able to be on a couple of future shows, but once you watch the finale, I want to know your thoughts. Because there's a particular character. I just want to know your thoughts on it. So we've got Dustin, Robin, Erica trapped in the Russian facility beneath Starcourt Mall after infiltrating it with the previous episode. They managed to evade capture by stealing a Russian guard's key card, which, you know, that's easy. And they managed to evade capture by and using the ventilation systems with Erica's small size providing crucial. I thought the whole point of sending Erica in the ventilation systems was because she was the only one that could fit in it.
It was originally, wasn't it?
Yeah. I thought that was the whole point. Yeah. I thought that was the whole point.
Yeah.
Is that not why?
No, I'm just thinking because later on, an adult fits into it. So it just doesn't continuity.
Ignore that.
Ignore.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Look, Zach didn't watch it. He didn't catch it He didn't catch it because he didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I want to pitch an idea. Okay, follow me here, guys. One episode of a series like this, Netflix is going to get it renewed for sure anyway. One episode, just do what would actually happen. Have these kids get slaughtered in like 15 minutes by the Russians, and everyone get taken out. What a surprise that would be. And then at the end, you could have them like someone wake up, it was a dream. And then we have the episode again.
Yeah.
But just do that. Have them all these kids get ripped to pieces by these Russians. And
Zach, you sound like you're pitching this to the how it should have ended animation guys right now.
Maybe I am, but how great would that be? Yeah, how surprised would you be?
I can't remember which Twilight movie it is. I think it might be one of the last ones where there's a big battle scene and it's very gruesome and it's actually pretty cool. And then it turns out to just be a vision of one of the characters. I'm like, you could do something like that where everybody is like getting slaughtered left and right, and then like you said, somebody wakes up or somebody's like, maybe that idea won't work of us trying to escape.
Yeah, exactly. And these kids deserve to die mostly. Like they should not have survived any of this stuff.
All right, well, they're Leon.
All right.
Acts like fuck them kids.
And Joyce. Like, come on, Joyce. I like.
By the way, Joyce in a uniform. That doesn't.
What is that?
What is like? So nobody's gonna notice a woman is in like an oversized uniform for herself at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, have her get killed too.
It worked for Kenobi. Okay, it worked for Kenobi.
True. Yes,
of course.
That's right.
Well, back at the cabin, 11, Mike, Lucas, Max, Will, Nancy, and Jonathan are here. The monster is going to be attacking them, which is a pretty cool pacing. Or this thing is so weird. But wait a minute, where is it? Because it was like walking down the.
Yeah,
you can see it like walk on its way over the hill and down the road to grandmother's house. It goes.
Isn't it like right before this scene? I think. Yeah,
because like. I know I said I like the blocking with the Ferris wheel, giving us a sense of like where everyone is, but then they immediately go to the whole crew, like they run outside the house to look at this thing come over the hill and then run back in to grab the weapons. I'm like, I think you did the order in reverse there, guys.
I took it as this thing it's big and slow. That's what that they had. Did they see it coming? So like, should we got like a minute or two and we're just gonna keep sprinting?
Yeah,
I never got the impression that it was slow. Like it seemed like it was moving at a pretty quick pace through the trees there.
It looked close enough. It looked close. Go on.
Nancy going into the shed kind of gives me Evil Dead vibes a little bit.
Well, he gets the boomstick.
Yeah, it is nice. It is nice to see, like, you don't often see this. They always kind of do it differently. Once the monster is like free and active and ready to go, it goes straight for the one group of people it knows might stand like a 1% chance of beating it. It's like, okay, here is the threat. We'll go straight there, take them out in a frontal assault, and then that's like the first step is to take out the guys that might actually beat us. In a lot of media, they'll always do it where like the villain underestimates the underdogs, the heroes. Like, so they'll reach their full strength and then they'll go to like raid a town or something like that, and then it'll be the heroes that like jump in and stop them, and like the monsters or villains always have like they don't have the slightest idea that they might actually be able to damage them or do something. They always underestimate them. Whereas in this, the monster's like, right, Elle can hurt us. Go kill her now. That's like the first thing.
Okay, maybe I'm crazy. I thought that scene was in this episode, but I guess not.
What was walking? Hold on, I'll try to pull it for you.
Because I'm skimming through. It's not in the opening, and I swore it was this episode where we see. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's.
Isn't it the very beginning of the scene after we cut back from
the opening?
The Scoops Ahoy. No, from the Scoops Ahoy kid. I don't remember which one comes right after the title sequence. Was it the Scoops Ahoy kids or the 11 crew?
I think I got it. Because they're all looking outside.
Yeah, they hear it coming.
Rustling. There it is. Mm-hmm. There it is. Yep. Got it.
Yeah, it's at the 6 minutes.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. It's a creepy thing. I peed myself. I would pee myself if I saw something this big coming down the road. Look at this thing. Absolutely not.
What's it? See right there. See, it is moving relatively slow for how big it is at that moment.
I always thought that's because it's trying to knock the trees down, but as soon as it has a clear, because it chases them later on.
Oh yeah,
pretty substantially. So I think it might just be a forest thing.
That's how stuff happens in movies. It's the big monster's slow until it doesn't need to be.
But also, like, just like keep in mind though, like they can see this thing now. Like they don't have a lot of time they spend a lot of time grabbing their gear for it. Like I feel like it would have been there way before they could get all their stuff.
I mean,
how this thing just not tear down a side of the cabin and just go in?
Yeah, in the business, I believe what it should have done is what we refer to as a Leroy Jenkins maneuver.
It's got attention.
So, oh my God, he just ran in.
But seriously, though, would teenage kids be able to fight off? I mean, I know they have 11, but even with 11, at least one of them would have been thrown off or like pulled through a window or something.
Yeah, I think they have. This has been a constant criticism of this show that I've heard from many reviewers besides yourself, Nadia, which is that these kids have such fucking plot armor, and they basically just pick an adjacent character that's not quite one of the main characters that people kind of like, and then just off them, like sacrifice them at the altar of, we have some stakes in the game or whatever.
Yeah,
that's like these kids have unbelievable levels of fucking plot armor. Yeah, a couple of them should not. It doesn't need to go Game of Thrones, Red Wedding or nothing like that. But at the same time, it's just like, it's not very believable, and the tension isn't there when all of your kids, that they're perfectly safe. Which is, you juxtapose that between the very first scene of the very first season, and you're like, this little boy, just like, we don't know what happened to Will at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we do, obviously, but like originally we didn't know. We just saw this little kid scared to death. Something's chasing him. He loads a 22. He's trying to protect himself, and then boom, he's gone. So you're just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
This is high stakes stuff.
Makes me wonder if that's why they did the stuff to Max in season 4 to maybe taking in that criticism and then actually doing something.
Could be,
main cast of it.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing with this point kind of has like 11's got the Goku problem going right now, where like every other character in the group is just going to kind of stand around and watch while he does all the work.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Well,
look at this thing.
yeah.
And
So
one thing
gross.
in the sequence, to be fair, I do like about this is that for the first time, 11 is so outclassed because she can't beat this thing. In fact, she takes actually pretty good fucking damage, and to the point where, guys, we have to run now because for the first time she can't beat this thing, and she's like straining her. You see her like just screaming and stuff, and she's slowing it down but not really hurting it.
Which I like.
Jana.
They don't give her unlimited power. Each season, she has to, in a sense, level up. Like find the power within her and then destroy whatever at the end, right? She's always there at the end to do it. But leading up to that point, she's not invincible right off the bat. I mean, she even took a beating from Billy earlier on in the season, too, when he was like possessed. So
and even right there too, like that's as she's screaming, they're actually taking axes. I mean, this is a group effort. She's not taking this thing down. They're cutting the tentacles off and stuff. Yeah, she's still taking it.
It takes them a hot minute to jump in. They kind of let her just like sit there and hold it for a while.
Let her get her scene.
I just took it like they're all scared shitless. Like, what the fuck do we do? Just let the overpowered chick do everything, and then she's like, "Yeah, now I can't do anything. Shit, what do I do?"
They don't do anything until they see it actually like get a chomp on her, I think.
Yeah.
If I remember it correctly. But
I think
the bottom line, it takes them way too long to jump. They're just on the sidelines eating pop. Go get them, 11. You're doing great.
You got this.
Yeah.
Go high score. One more tentacle.
We're right behind you.
It's like, hey, Max, can you get me more popcorn?
oh, look at that. Such like H.P. Lovecraft kind of design to it.
Oh, sweet.
I
Man
love
made
it.
horrors beyond my comprehension.
Yeah, that's cool too. Yeah,
I
you
love
see
it.
its face gets like 11 cuts the fucking face in half, but that just pisses it off even more. Like, oh shit, because she's not. I mean, she's slowing it down, but it's just regenerating.
And this is like 10% of what the actual Mind Flayer is, though. Remember, this is just a small piece of him that's been left on this side. He's in the Upside Down, if remembering from end of season 2, with how giant he was when she was like, trying to close the gate.
Well, the main threat for the Mind Flayer itself is the fact that it's a hive mind. So as long as there's a gate somewhere that's open, it doesn't matter how big the gate is. As long as something is open, it can still connect into this world, that little piece. The problem was that it needed like a physical like body to be able to actually do anything in this world. Hence why it like roided itself up on flayed fleshiness.
Yeah, that's a bunch of people right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. Because so far in Mind Flayer, we've seen with Will, it's like this big, like smoke kind of monster, but physically, it doesn't really hurt anybody. This is just people it's taking over. These are fucking victims.
God, it's so Resident Evil 2 to me. Like, the mutations that it's got, like, it screams like RE2.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Luke is actually doing something.
Lucas is also in this show.
He is also here.
It's Krillin time.
How does Nancy not carry a gun on her after the events of both season 1 and 2, even leading up to mid season 3? How does she not just carry a gun? This is
my chief complaint with this show and when we do Buffy on the weekend and stuff. This is my biggest problem. You live in a supernatural area. You should have something on you at all times. There's no reason not to. Like, you never know when something's gonna pop
I would
up.
invest in a flamethrower.
Right.
Yeah, they do that in season 4, don't they?
Burn it all down. So 11 does get hurt here. She does get bit. Thus the title, The Bite, where this little thing leaves something in the bite. Very like Cronenberg almost. The wound and stuff. Oh, I hate that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she's poisoned.
What are you typing?
Somebody's getting a letter to the War Department. What's going on?
Yeah.
Dear sir, ma'am, your son gave his life to the cause of the Americans.
To whom it may concern, I hope this email finds you well. Please see attached for my resume.
As people know, the last episode is where they blow all their budget too.
In typical Netflix fashion, yes.
Yeah.
So it's always episode 1 and 2, and then episode 7 and 8. That's where all the budget's going.
Maybe if you were an AMC show, you would get a little extra budget for your mid-season finale.
Yeah, I would say the only season that's constant through the production value is season 1 and season 4 so far. Season 4, each episode is almost like a movie on its own, with
definitely.
type of production and budget. And season 1, it's a low budget. You can see it's the same production throughout the whole thing. 2 and 3 are very experimental, where they put their money in which episodes. I wonder how season 5 is going to be, with each episode being, in a sense, a movie as well.
Oh, like, same thing, yeah. Episode 5 it's been watching 10 movies or whatever it's going to episodes, but yeah, they're 2-hour films.
I'm going to have to figure out the schedule for season 5 since it's over the holidays, and I will send it out to everybody. And then again, it is over the holidays, so I will completely understand if you cannot make certain episodes. So don't feel like you have to. What's up, Nyat? I see you. I saw your Total Recall. I saw that movie recently, last year. Yeah. That movie's fun. 3 boobs.
Yeah.
3 boobs. It's like Colin Farrell was great in that film.
Listen, 2 hurts my back. I can't imagine having 3. So
I can imagine it.
Yeah, I bet you could.
all of us teenage boys that grew up watching that movie can all imagine it quite well.
That's right.
Yeah, I love the split of the head of this guy. Very done. Very well done.
Yeah.
Boom.
Nice.
And the thing comes right back to you. I see you, Jana Bana.
I said hi, Jana.
All I did was piss him off.
Oh, chicks.
Did we kill it? No. We just made it angry.
It's going to get worse.
Fucking T-1000 here.
Well, it can be.
I was thinking, like, the first thing I thought was T-1000. Like, isn't there, like, another movie where, like, a monster just, like, regenerates like this that I'm just forgetting about? Because it's not The Thing, but there's another one.
Yeah.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
That's an excellent recap, Bobby. Thank you.
Excellent recap. Thank you. I should hire you to recap all my streams.
We don't need an AI for this. We have Bobby.
Yeah. I don't even think Bobby's seen Stranger Things. He just pops in. He's like, whatever. Which is the best part.
It's kind of cheap nostalgia. It's cool seeing Back to the Future again. Like, hey, we're back in the 80s.
Yeah, they sneak into, which is, this is my husband's favorite movie. So
Buffy Ann Summers in the chat too.
Buffy Ann Summers?
Yeah, the character
Buffy?
Buffy Summers is the character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's his joke.
I know who Buffy Summers is, Toonie.
Okay, all right. You just start
doing Toonie does a Buffy show once a week now, so now he's like the Buffy. Just so you know, Nadia, Buffy and Summers.
I'm sorry. That might have been a little harsh. I have been getting shit in group chats left and right today about my movie, like watching how many movies I've seen. So
who would ever do that to you in group chat?
No, Nadia, you're all right. You should have heard Toxic's reaction when I said I haven't seen Total Recall.
It's all right. I can't make fun of you because I only saw it for the first time last year. I watched that back to back with Running Man. So,
I mean, Lance hasn't seen The Prestige. I just found out the other day, so I was shocked at that.
I've seen that. That's a great movie.
Good for you. Good for you.
Great flick.
Underrated movie. Underrated. It's a Nolan film, right? I believe.
Yep.
His best film. Best film, hands down.
Pretty widely considered the best one.
Who said what? Yeah. Don't worry. Skip the remake. Remake of what?
I think he's talking about the I thought I was going to say the Running Man one.
Total Recall.
The Running Man?
That one was coming up.
I have high hopes. No, I think that might be good. I have high hopes
too. Yeah. Edgar Wright. I think it'll be fun.
I think it's in good hands.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think it's going to be good.
Rachel, neither have I. I have not seen any Rocky film, nor have I seen any Rambo film.
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Why?
No Rocky films?
Haram.
Admonish.
I don't know. I wish I had like you know what? I should make one. This is like admonish.
Get the Shame Bell app, Nadia.
Shame. Hey, listen, I got a list. I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying. All right, okay. We'll get there. I saw my first Van Damme movie, Street Fighter.
Oh,
I mean that's good to pick.
That's a decent pick.
That's a fun movie, actually.
Yeah, I mean
that's a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Hard Target's good, especially if you like John Woo porn.
That's true.
Very touching moment between Joyce and Hopper. which I don't want to spoil the finale for Toonie, but yeah. No, I've never seen Bloodsport, Jana. Sorry. That's the one everybody recommends to me.
Bro, good film.
Bro, what? Okay.
Talk to
met
him,
me.
Nadia.
You've known me for a couple of months now. You know. Don't be surprised. Anytime I say I haven't seen a movie, I don't know why anybody's surprised by now.
I don't know. Because you're a movie critic and a YouTuber, so I guess I just assume that you would see.
Now I can be a movie critic of these old movies from a fresh perspective.
We use terms like movie critic and YouTuber and
content creator.
Movie blogger.
Yet her husband's afraid of horror movies. So
yeah, I mean,
whatever.
Yeah,
you guys.
You got to find a partner who's going to cover your bases for you, so you have a combine. You just even everything out.
He had me see Highlander. That was pretty
nice base. There you go.
Right.
What'd you think? By the way,
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Nice.
I haven't seen anything past the first one, but I'm told don't
you're
watch
good.
anything
You're
past
good.
the
Yeah,
first
you're
one.
good.
Don't
where
watch
you're at.
anything else.
Yeah.
Leave it
He
there.
watched Terminator 1 and 2 with me. Haven't seen anything past that. So there you go.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I didn't mind the Bale one, Christian Bale one.
That one's okay.
Is that Dark Fate?
No, that's Salvation.
Right.
Why are we talking about Stranger Things?
Well, because we have Terminator at home.
Yes, we have Terminator at home.
Which Zach would know if he watched the episode.
I have a question for the panel, though. On a rewatch of this, Toonie, you don't count, but on a rewatch of this, did Alexi's death feel as impactful as the first time you saw it?
I didn't think it was impactful the first time. It was really telegraphed.
Yeah.
It was really telegraphed. Like it was like you knew something was going to happen. I mean, it was pretty cool how they did it so suddenly, like that's how it. But I mean, if anyone had ever seen the Pelican Brief, the exact same scene plays out in the Pelican Brief. So I mean, I don't know. I was not surprised, and I didn't really form any kind of attachment to him. It wasn't like losing Bob or losing
right.
Yeah.
Can't say the season 4 loss.
Yeah, I can't say the other person, but losing the other person from season 4.
Eddie's still alive, so you don't count.
Toonie doesn't. Oh, okay. I
we
don't know.
We gave up on the spoiler wall a long time ago. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know, but I still don't. I don't want to mess something up for somebody that's watching stuff. So.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of Eddie's not survival or something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I gave more of a shit about this other person that we're going to lose than I did about Alexi. So I mean,
that's true.
And I don't even particularly like him, but I thought his death was more impactful. So,
I think with the way the show does this, I know it's only season 3, but the pattern recognition is there, so we know these characters will be introduced, so they die.
Yes,
and
yes,
you can't help but know that at this point.
Except for Max,
but she's not.
And Robin,
and
Robin,
and Robin.
The I know, was it Zach that mentioned the Red Wedding before from Game of Thrones? Mm-hmm. It's like I just wanted to point out that at least in Game of Thrones, like with stuff like the Red Wedding, it wasn't just like, oh, we'll just kill a main character because shock value. It was we only killed them when their story was complete, and it was always another character doing the killing that pushed their story forward. So it's like the thing with Stranger Things is like they're always they can't think of things to do with these characters, but they can't bring.
No, it's like it's like they set them up as a sacrificial lamb almost. Like, okay, look, this show does have stakes. We're not going to kill any of the kids, but this show does have stakes. See what we did here? So it's just like, I don't know, man.
Yep.
It seems very phony. I mean, I've heard that Alexi's like a big fan favorite. I don't see it. I don't get it. Like, I don't know what is supposed to be particularly endearing about him. It doesn't do anything for me. And I like the season. I'm a big fan of this season. I advocate it. I think it's better than season 2, but it is. Yeah. So.
Is it better than season 2 because of that one episode? If you take that one episode out, is it still better than season 2?
Season 2's lame, boss. It's lame. Like
I still think if you get rid of the Lost Sister, I still think season 3 is stronger.
Yeah.
Season 3 is stronger. I think season 2 missed a lot. Again, too much focus on the stupid Chicago thing versus reuniting with her mother. That should have been way more impactful. That should have been one full episode on its own or 2 episodes on its own instead of cutting it short. So yeah, season 2, I think I could see where they learned from their mistakes in season 3. So if I was to go in order, I probably would go season 1, 4, and 3, and then 2.
Same.
In my pick.
100%.
And the only reason why season 1 is because it comes off as an indie, like it has its own look, its own vibe the whole time. It's way more horror than
season 1 is flawless. In my opinion, it's flawless. Yeah. It's completely. They could have very easily left it at that, and I would have been so happy. I would have been like, see, now, which is so crazy because Netflix is known to kill things off with just one season and just be like, nope,
not back then though.
Yeah, it was a different time in 2016.
Yeah,
you're
when
right.
they thought streaming services were gonna be like this big, and everybody needed their own streaming service on it.
See, so, if Stranger Things was to start coming out like today, they would have been given at least like 2 seasons to start and then see where it goes, and it would have played very differently. It probably would have started with season 2. Like the Mind Flayer would have been like a part of season 1 if the show came out today.
Yeah, I could see that because season 1 is a slow burn to me. Because it's a mystery in a sense. Well, trying to figure out what happened with Will.
It's a proper bona fide like mystery story.
Mm-hmm. With Will missing and such, but yeah.
Season 1 is like the first Predator movie, like in comparison to the rest of the franchise. Like season 1, you're never going to be able to replicate that. You're never going to be able to go back and have that kind of mystery juxtaposed against that great acting, against the backdrop of this genre bending thing. You know, like no matter how good of a sequel they come up with to Predator, it'll never, because like now we know it's a big alien Yautja hunting people down. I mean, they can still have quality stuff, but you're never gonna get that whole, guys that are, the leads in action movies in the 80s being hunted down and petrified, shooting into the jungle. And it's the same way with season 1. Like now that we know there is an upside down and there is these mind flayers and gorgomites and all this different stuff that they have. Now that we know that's why season 4 was so brilliant, because they managed to circle back and give us something to kind of be scared of again. Yeah. Because like at this point, we think we know the upside down. We know what evils lurk there and things like that, but they came up with this completely new antagonist in order for us to, also, yes, Bobby, the first Terminator as well. Yes, agreed.
Peepers, I'm sorry I missed this earlier on. Bimo's needs medical bills from breaking a rib. Tips. Okay. I wish I could pin 2 comments, man.
So on my channel, we covered. So watch my channel. We did an episode a week about serious killer episodes, like episodes or seasons that killed the series for people. And this episode came up, the emo, the backdoor pilot, but everyone on the panel and the chat, like, we're stuck on the idea that happened in season 3 for some reason. It's like a Mandela effect. And I'm reviewing
I thought it was season 3 too. Yeah.
I knew it was season 2. So why does it, like, everyone thinks it's season 3 and they hate season 3 because of that episode, but it was in season 2. And like, obviously can prove it because, well, I'm covering it, but yeah, everyone was like, no, it's season 3 for sure. I'm like, okay, well, watch
it's not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a quick Google search and a Wikipedia list of episodes proves otherwise. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's a weird.
But it was agreement across the board. Everyone was concurring. Yeah, it was season 3, which it was not.
Yeah, it's like a very weird thing to be stuck on. It's like, yeah, which season an episode was in? It's like, just fucking Google it. It's season 2.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was season 3 as well before we started this rewatch, and I'm like, it's season 2. When we got to it, season 2.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why I placed it in there. I don't know why. Maybe I just got my years mixed up with the release dates of each season. I remember season 3 took place in the Star Court battle at the end, but for some reason, I thought that episode was in it somewhere.
Maybe it's just because both season 2 and season 3 have such similar like plot beats and elements going on that like
could be
some wire got crossed somewhere. Like,
plus
I can kind of see it, but I was like, no, I don't know. Things. It's a weird one.
Yep. Yeah. So these 2 are trying to sober up. I've been there. I get it.
What a pause. That's perfect.
There you go.
If you ever had too much marijuana, just drink some lemonade. That will help. Something about something in lemons tends to help like sober you up quicker. However, if you want to expand your horizons, I don't suggest you do drugs. But if you are smoking marijuana, eat mangoes or drink mango juice. Mangoes, for some reason, like amplifies it. So, just
can I just say, is it me or is Robin's left eye really wonky? Like, it just looks slightly off center. Is it just me?
It's the drugs.
It's the drugs.
Yeah, but everyone are. Yeah, but I'm not on drugs. I don't think. Like it is.
Don't do drugs.
I'm not seeing. Yeah, I am not. I'm not seeing this wrong. Like her left eye is like off center.
I think
the way the camera is.
Yeah, she's looking at something in that way, but I see what you're saying a little bit. So.
Zombie, to reply to you again. Yeah, it's a pinned comment. We covered it earlier, but yes, please go ahead and keep reposting it in the chat as people come in too. But I've been there. It's when you man, don't do drugs, but when you have take place of the Mary Jane, it just dries you out. That's why you always got to carry mints. You got haram. Don't do drugs. So, but look at him. He's high as a kite.
To be fair, if you had a like slight concussion and your face was that badly, Mickey Moused, I feel like some drugs would probably be welcome after that, because like that sucks when your eye is that swole shut from getting punched in the eye. It's not a fun experience.
Can I critique this for a second? This look for a second?
Yeah.
So while the black eye makes sense, the color coordination of like expanding out where it goes darker to lighter, there's too much of a clean edge around here. This should be blended in a lot better. And his brow should be swollen a little bit more to kind of blend it. It looks like they just did under the eye and around and put like maybe a prosthetic here, but his eyebrows look fine. There's like nothing also, in his eyebrows.
It's the gradient between like where it's swollen and purple to when it goes red that looks also like it's not blended quite as well.
Yeah, this edge needs to be a little bit more blended into tone and maybe add a little bit of yellow or something in it just to blend the colors. But yeah, this is too clean. This is way too clean of a circle in a sense. Yeah. All over here on his lip, the little cut here, this is pretty good. I feel like his lip would have been swollen at this point, but that's a nitpick. But yeah. Now you know. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to open his eye, by the way, with that big of a
nope. Like, no one has half the battle. How come no one else said that? Why is it just me? Someone else. No? Now you know knowing is half the battle? Learning is half the battle? No?
Yeah.
No. Many things are half the battle. Losing is half the battle. Let's talk about what is all of the battle. What's that?
Should have punched him for real. Jeez.
How many halves of battles do you need to win before you've won more than one battle?
2.
You win the battle, but you don't win the war, though.
Are we at war?
How many battles do you need to win the war?
See, it's a trick question because if winning is half the battle, but every battle is half the war, you can never truly hit 100.
We'll say 18. I'll say 18.
By the way, that quote was from the Untouchables, just so you know.
Huh?
The quote I said was from the Untouchables, since no one guessed it. So
never seen it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Takes place in Chicago, right? There's one I haven't seen Untouchables, and I think the other one that I kind of mix it up with is Usual Suspects, maybe. I think
Usual Suspects, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you really just ask me if the Al Capone biopic that takes place during Prohibition takes place in Chicago? Is that what you asked me? Did you ask me that?
No, I said that takes place in Chicago, correct?
Yeah. Okay. It takes place in Chicago.
Okay.
And you know that movie, The Florida Project? Guess where that takes place?
Florida.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought New York.
Nadia, you're never going to believe where Fargo takes place.
Fargo.
Whoa.
Mind blown. All right. They're staring at the stars or lights.
My mind is blown like they're looking at the lights.
I get it. And they went to barf right? Immediately, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
As you do.
Yep. As you do when you don't eat. You know, one time, let me tell a story. One time.
At band camp.
Don't do drugs. Please don't take this as advice. YouTube, please don't ban me. I was visiting my dad, and my dad has allegedly has never done Mary Jane. Okay.
Oh.
And
Haram.
I might have given him an edible, very small, like a hard candy, that I think is like 5 milligrams. Okay. And I told him, I said, Dad, make sure you eat before you take this. Okay. I fly back home a few days later. He's calling me nonstop. I'm like at work doing something, calling me nonstop. I finally pick up and he goes, I think I have to go to the hospital. What did you give me? Did you poison me? Like, because he didn't eat. He's never, and he took the whole thing too on top of it.
Oh,
and I was like, Dad, you got to ride it out. I don't know what to tell you. I was like, you got to ride it out. You're going to have to go to sleep. And my dad doesn't sleep. He sleeps from like 4 a.m. to like 7 a.m. Like he only sleeps 3 hours a night. He just doesn't sleep at night. He said that's the longest he's ever slept in one like full in a long time. So yeah.
You're welcome.
There you go. You're welcome. Right. So
there you go.
moral of the story is give your parents marijuana. It might actually help them. Back to the carnival. I love this car. I don't like this like blue lighting that they utilize in this. Sometimes it's like a granule like filter they put over it. I don't know. That's just me nitpicking. Stay here. Go over the plans with Smirnoff. Poor Alexi. I thought Hopper and Alexi had a deeper connection in this season versus, but it turned not as, for some reason, I thought they became like best buds. Like I thought Alexi's death impacted Hopper more than it did, but it turned out not to be. He's more friends with the other dude.
I think looking at it, like the reason why like Alexi's death doesn't quite hit the same notes that like Bob's does is just how long it takes for him to show up in the season compared, because Bob's there from like the get-go, right? Alexi, you get the cold open with him, but then he disappears for like 5 episodes.
And he's also a villain in the beginning,
right?
In his
and let's call it what it is. You can't get endeared to a character if you don't understand what they are saying. Like Bob has all these great moments with the kids. He's great with Joyce. You know, he's just a nice, likable, affable dude, and Sean Astin played it very, very well. I don't know who this actor is that plays Alexi. I've never seen him in anything else before, and he speaks Russian. He doesn't speak English. I don't know why would I care about this guy? Like, there was a weird choice to make it, and I've seen stuff on YouTube and TikTok where people are just like, oh my God, I can't believe my favorite little Russian buddy died, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
it was in 3 episodes.
Yeah, dude, I feel nothing for that person.
Well, my note for it was it's his love for Carrie Slurpees and childlike enthusiasm at the fair endears him to the fans.
Well, that's the thing. He's quirky, goofy, and childish.
Yeah.
It's basically like a caricature, if anything. It's not really built up a character. It's more just like a surface level. You can assign those traits to any character. They don't really have to develop them.
Yeah.
Can we just take a moment and appreciate Cary Elwes making the latter half of his career all about playing these slimy scumbag douche waffles and like all of his film and TV? He's just like so unlikable in almost everything that he's in. Like where he was this charming kind of sometimes ne'er-do-well like in Princess Bride, but like in his latter half of his middle-aged stuff, he's just always this slime ball sleazebag. You know,
that's an awful coverage of that broken nose.
Well, Nadia, I know it was a big thing for some people with the previous scene, just the kids are walking, that the store they're in, they had like Mr. T's, honeycombs, but somebody had to take time to just stack all those fucking shelves. It is so 80s brand flakes, like just it's so product placement, but like Ghostbusters cereal, that had to take a lot of fucking time to make it.
I loved Ghostbusters cereal. It was so good.
I was waiting till we get to it. The new Coke.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was so irritated about it. I'm like, I get it. They gave you money. All right, I get it. Yeah, here it is. Here it
There
is.
he is.
The new Coke.
Don't they have like a full? Don't they have like a full conversation about it? Yeah.
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 This is
Yeah,
it.
a full.
But to be fair,
this-
okay, guys, to be fair, Zach's back me up. In the 80s, this was the topic of conversation. It was even put in kids' movies like Flight of the Navigator, like where he's like, get me a Coke because he's time traveled from the 70s. And she goes, what kind of Coke do you want? He goes, what other kind is there? He's like, new Coke, Diet Coke, Cherry Coke, old classic Coke, blah, 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 caffeine-free Coke. And it's like, that was a lot. I mean, shit.
New Coke was a thing.
Yeah, Coke was a thing.
I have a question for you old people on the panel. Was there a taste difference? Did you taste a difference between original Coke? What was the taste?
Everyone liked the old one.
Yeah, everybody liked the old Coke better. As soon
was
as
it just more sweet?
It was like a saccharin. It was like a saccharin. It was almost like drinking Pepsi. That's when they started doing like the Pepsi challenge. Yeah, they started like doing the Pepsi and soda challenges and stuff where they would get random people on the street and try to get them to try different pops and see if they could tell the difference and stuff.
I grew up in a Pepsi house, but Arabs, we like Pepsi. It's very popular in the Middle East. We call it Bebzi.
Bebzi?
Can't say Pepsi. Bebzi.
Bebzi.
I'll tell you what, I had Coca-Cola in Iraq and they have it in the glass bottles. And I'll tell you what, they put something different in them things over there. It's
For Pepsi, we add lemon to ours. Before it became a craze over here where there was like lemon Pepsi, lime Coke, vanilla Coke, all that stuff. Yeah.
Shout out to the Mexicans who use cane sugar for their Coca-Cola.
This is just, I was like, why? And by the way, give the character who like I least like out of the group, who I feel like they don't do much with, this stupid new Coke back. Look, all of them. They're like, I don't know if this is just to add some normality to the situation they're in, but this feels like very James Gunn in a sense. Serious moment. Got to throw this stupid fucking joke in.
Yeah.
It's not a great joke. It doesn't land. It lands with a thud.
It does.
Max's face just encapsulates my feelings on the matter right now. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, to be fair, though,
like, are you dead ass? You're my boy.
Dead ass.
Comparing it to the
dead
thing,
ass right now.
I was like, come on.
And
Max kind of has resting bitch face, though. If we have to admit, like she's always kind of looks like she just smelled something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the thing. The classic is like, you know, how it is, but the newer one, it's great. You know,
some people theorize that they did the whole new Coke thing just to bring more to and like get Coke sales to go back up by giving it back the old recipe back. Some people have theorized that they did all that extra shit with the new Coke just to boost sales of Coca-Cola. So
yeah, that's the big conspiracy. It's probably true. I don't know.
I feel Coca-Cola, between Coke and Pepsi, to me, Coke is a more Americana brand, like an American brand, even though they don't, obviously lately they don't associate themselves with it. But to me, it's like Coke to me on a hot summer day. Like I see those in movies and stuff. It's very American. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like there's a, like if I was to think like
it's the diner trope, like the glass of Coca-Cola, the cheeseburger, the crinkle cut fries in a little basket.
Yeah, but Pepsi is the choice of a new generation, guys.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
Pepsi also uses real cane sugar. You can get real cane sugar Pepsi, which is probably better for you.
We can Coke too. The Mexican Coke.
Yeah, Mexicokes have cane sugar in them.
Mexican Coke is Mexican Coke with a good burrito.
They're hard to find, but every time I find
I'm more of a fan of Colombian Coke personally. But,
I can't have burritos anymore since I have to be gluten free, and gluten free tortillas suck. So it's not like
God.
Yeah.
You're one of those you got to buy the burrito bowl when you go to Chipotle now.
Even
then you don't even get the rice.
Yeah. No, rice is gluten free.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get the farro.
Believe me. I know. I've rough. Being gluten free sucks. This is okay. Trying to be very civil with this, but this is the stupid fucking scene where she leads. Which makes me mad is that if she is a gay character, that's fine. They could have brought her out earlier on. There were plenty of moments we could have done this, but instead it felt like we're going to push these two together, and there was like a last minute decision to be like, no, we're not. We're gonna rewrite her to be gay. Instead of her being obsessed with him, like having a crush with him, she was jealous of him. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, it doesn't make sense leading up to this point.
To be fair, in the mid 80s, they really went hard on TV sitcoms. They'd throw an obligatory gay character in a very special episode of almost every single sitcom. There would be like one, and it felt so out of place, and it never seemed like it was like a real thing. It never seemed organic at all. So, I mean, maybe they're playing off of that trope. I don't know.
But the thing is, like, it doesn't, to me, her being gay is fine. Whatever. That's fine. And it makes sense in season 4. It flows, whatever. But to me, it's the leading Steve on part that just doesn't make sense in the writing. Like, why would you have this girl confess to almost, in a sense, coming off like she has a crush on him?
Yeah.
To then him opening up to her saying, you know, I'm really interested in this girl. This girl's awesome. And she's different than Nancy and all this stuff. And then for her to be like, oh, sorry.
I mean, to be fair, I've had women do that to me a lot too.
Are they really gay though, Blue? Or
I have to sleep with me to question it. Like,
just saying.
I don't know. I've turned a lot of my exes are now gay. I like have an alarming number of exes that are now in like committed gay lesbian relationships. Like they're married and stuff. So I don't know.
Maya Hawke and the Duffer Brothers worked together to craft this coming out scene, ensuring that it felt authentic and respectful. But to me, it didn't feel respectful or authentic. It felt very cheap to me because, again, the relationship that they've been trying to bond these two throughout the entire season.
Yeah, right. Those are just buzzwords they threw in there. They don't believe that.
You got to remember when this came out, Nadia. This is 2019, so like they were ramping up and I know we just said don't say it a bunch, but they were getting woke was becoming like this. We were pre-pandemic, and we were just ramping it up and just checking them boxes as much as possible.
It's cool.
But the thing is, they can check the boxes. They could have had her have a coming out scene. Even this could have been her coming out scene had they not tried to, and I hate this word, but like ship the two of them together, like and it like kind of imply a romantic connection between the two with her. Like she could have saved her speech of being obsessed with him to this point to saying like I was jealous of you because of so and so. Not that that's the thing. I don't care if she's gay. I don't care if they're checking boxes, but
I would have written it differently. I'd have had her like just spit it out like right in the middle of like a big rant. Just like, listen, Steve, here's the deal. Like, okay, so I'm gay and I like chicks, but the thing that really pisses me off that you went out with yada yada, and like have her do like a big spiel, and then he like goes, you're gay, or and just like do it like that. Like have her just, instead of this big like momentous Ellen 1997 moment where she like leads up to it, and then it's like, oh no, look at this big woke festival thing happening right here. Me personally, I could have done without it, whether she is gay in real life or not, and just have them just be friends. I am a big proponent of movie characters or TV characters that are good-looking individuals of the opposite sex that are just friends, and they don't need to be having a romantic thing, and they are just buddies. They're friends, they're coworkers. I mean, whether it be a detective drama, a supernatural drama, whatever, like I'm completely fine with having two characters that are, arguably attractive, but not necessarily attracted to each other, and they just having a friend of the opposite sex. I'm completely cool with that. So I'm
with you too. It's just I think this is just another hit on Steve's character. Like,
it is.
Again,
that's
how it is.
Yeah. Which is sad because I agree with you, Toxic. This could have been a good friendship. This could have been him taking a break from dating, right? He's in a rut in his life in this season anyway. So now he has somebody who he's not romantically interested in. But the problem is they wrote it as he's romantically interested in her as it goes.
Like they closed the door on that because she's gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like it has to be that way because she's gay. Like otherwise they would totally be shipped. They would totally be together, not, absent the fact that she's gay. Do you think they did this stuff to Steve so that he could have his big without giving too much away for Tooney's sake, do you think they did all this stuff to Steve's character and so that because he comes back so strong in season 4, or am I reading too much into that?
I think it's
that's a
the
course
Nancy
correction.
effect. I think it's a Nancy effect. I think I honestly think Nancy's going to end up with him. I really think so. You can see the seeds being planted in season 4, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I see Jonathan becoming one of those individuals like, I'm going to go backpack through Europe and find myself, and then Nancy and him and Nancy and Stud McGee over here is going to get together again, because they laid it out in it, but not
just imagine like the missed opportunity that we could have had in terms of Steve and Robin's arc in this episode, right? Like let's do a little bit of a rewrite and say, all right, so this relationship / arc between them was like, okay, right, Robin's gay, let's keep that in. Instead of having him be into her and then be like let down like the cuck Steve moment, let's build this arc where because King Steve in season 1, he had this whole like almost like a womanizing type of reputation, didn't he? He was the desirable guy, right? He was the one that everybody wanted, and then he had to distance himself from that with that arc that he went on in season 1, and then this one is. In season 3, he's building himself. He's going through this arc of he's taking a step back from dating and really trying to seek that relationship from a woman. And he's going like as Tarkus was explaining, he's going like the friend route with Robin. He's trying to go that direction. And then Steve could have gone through an arc where he's actually a good enough friend that he's actually the first person Robin has come out to. That they've built that friendship between them, not that she's into him. Drop the bit where it alludes that she might be into him. To get rid of that bit, or maybe rework the story a little so it's not as implicative of that, and just make it so that Steve is he's like the first person that she's come out to, and because he's just that good of a friend that like she's felt that comfortable around him. That could have been like his arc in season 3, that he's become the type of person that she could have come out to.
Yeah. Again, either way, I don't care if she's gay, straight, pansexual, they, them, whatever. She could be all these above, but it's the hit to Steve's character that I don't like here. That's what I mean. Easily, they could easily make them friends, but instead and to be honest, I feel like they did this as like a bombshell. It didn't come off as a bombshell. It come off as like Robin's a dick.
It came off to me like we need to fill an extra 5 minutes for this runtime here.
Yeah.
And agree again. It plays into it too because you have Dustin egging him on the whole time throughout the whole season. It's like,
yep.
So Nadia, let me put it this way. Like, so if that scene happened like halfway through the season in like episode 4 or 5, would you have less of a problem with it?
I think so. I think if it had, again, I think this could have been her coming out moment. That's fine. But I think the conversation they had a couple episodes ago where she was like, I was obsessed with you. You didn't even notice me. That comes off as like she's got a crush on him. I think they could have completely removed that and then had this intimate moment between the two of them, and where she's like, I was, you didn't notice me. I was obsessed with you because of the way you treated somebody I had a crush on, who was a girl, and yada yada. I don't think they needed that earlier scene between the two of them. I think it and to me, honestly, it completely almost takes a notch at her character. Because it comes off like she's not an honest individual. Like she's just leading him on.
That's not why they did this, though. Like, you guys are coming up with good examples of better ways to tell this story, but that's not the story they want to tell. They want Steve to get cucked all season, look like a dork in that stupid outfit, and get beaten up. Like, that's the purpose of what they did. They could have done it. They could have done it where he knew she was gay, and over the course, because it was maybe she was already out at school, and she knew that, and so he knew that, and so the course of the season, he's like, but he's developed feelings for her anyway. Throughout the course of the season, he's like, kind of like, oh, this is so at first he discounts her because she's gay. I'll ignore her. But over the course of the season, he becomes close to her. There's a attraction or whatever do the two of them that he didn't expect and we didn't expect, and that's the surprise. He's like, okay, well, yeah, you're gay, but I still want to have a relationship with you. And they could have done that arc with him, but they didn't. Instead, it's like Cuck Steve. He looks like a dork, and he's wearing like a Navy outfit, like all of it's to make him look stupid. And there's nothing authentic about that scene. None of that's authentic to anything. People aren't like that.
I actually agree with that. I think that would have been a better use of the story, him knowing that she was, or at least maybe alluding to, like, he had heard rumors she was gay or whatever, and was like, I'm gonna prove them wrong or whatever, like go after her. And she's like, no, I'm legit gay, and no, I'm not going for it. Like, I like girls, and and that's it. There's no or even do a thing where they did go out or they did mess, and then she's kind of like, nah, I think I might be into chicks more, or something like that. That can work in a number of different levels. But yeah, they just they did the easiest, most bland, generic way to do it with this. And again, I agree with you. They just all to make Steve look like shit for whatever their purpose was behind that.
He's holding on to a toilet in a bathroom stall. What are we doing?
Yeah, I hope. I mean, towards the end of season 4, he does come back. Like Steve from season 1 comes back. I think it's just they don't know what to do with him, so thus they find that people like him as the comedic relief. Thus, they have to continue with that. And I think there's a little bit of growth in season 4. Ben the Gem, hey, huge fan of Stranger Things. Welcome, Ben. Speaking of which, I know Toxic is a huge fan of Billy.
Afternoon, ladies.
Afternoon, Billy.
Take the new suit, Mrs. Wheeler.
Thank you.
Can we hurry up and get to season 4 already?
I'm still playing it in season 4. Don't worry.
How are we going to play it in season 4?
I don't give a fuck.
You forget there are ways to get that into season 4. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah. He's in season 4.
There are plenty of scenes where we can use that.
So ridiculous, man.
I think Sketch was right about the course correction. I think that it was us, and that's why they changed Steve back. I think that the feedback from us is why they did that. I think it was a course correction, like Sketch had said. That they didn't plan for that arc for him. I think they planned to have him be like this, and people wouldn't accept it, and they had to change it.
Yeah, they knew exactly what they were. They knew exactly what they were doing with Steve. They wanted, again, King Steve from season 1, which season 1 King Steve was he was very arrogant and
he was a dick.
In simple terms, I always over-explain stuff and I don't need to. But then in season 3, they're just like, right, let's break him down. Let's just make him a complete. He's an idiot. He never succeeds at stuff. He's at first I liked and I always think about the potential opportunities, but they never, they never go for them. At first, I didn't mind him being in a little ice cream parlor type of place. I didn't mind that at first, but I don't think that they I don't really think that they did what they should have with it. I don't think that they did it in order to build him back up. I think they just did it to show, this is where he's fallen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree. The problem is, like, I don't know why writers nowadays are afraid of masculine men, like afraid of men taking charge and being the leader. I don't understand what the fear is.
Because we live in an egalitarian society in which that is frowned upon.
No, it's well. I mean, there's stuff to be said about that. It's because
you're a unicorn, Nadia. That's not. I don't know how many different times I got to explain this to you.
True.
Well, we have Billy's on the hunt. He's looking for 11. He's possessed by the Mind Flayer. So he's found him to the convenience store with the new Coke. Found the blood and the thing. Look at his arm. That's dope. That's pretty cool.
I will say, I don't understand how they pull this off, but like Billy's walk into the store is a better like Arnold Terminator impression than our Timu at home Terminator that we actually got.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we are back at the carnival with Alexi and why can't I remember?
Murray.
Thank you.
Murray.
where he's pointing out things on. They're drawing a map out of the location, the under the Russian base underneath, and they decide they want to go enjoy the carnival. Like he wants to go enjoy and see, be Americano, right? Which turns out to be his downfall of it. Like, this is what freedom is, you Russian. Wheeler family. Useless Wheeler dad.
I still love that ride though. The whole like spinning around, you're stuck to the wall.
Yeah.
Toonie, who did you say on Buffy? The Wheeler dad reminded you of? Who was it again?
It was the other way around. Actually, it was the was it the three? Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, it was the worm salesman. We're doing Buffy, and they have these assassins go after Buffy, and
what was
one
it
of
called
them
again? Like the Order of
Taraka.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have this nebbishy, big glasses wearing dork like show up to like he's acting like a salesman, but he's really made of worms, and that's like how he and Toonie was like, that's the dad from Stranger Things.
Well, it's very interesting to me that Mrs. Wheeler kind of have a sense that something's going on. She's not in the fold of the supernatural, but I don't know if it's just women's intuition, mother's intuition, but she knows something's wrong at certain points throughout the series. They just haven't involved her in stuff. But maybe it's just her intuition on stuff. But he's useless. He doesn't know he doesn't even know what day it is this week, probably. As long as it's a weekend day.
Disassociating 24/7.
Yeah. And by the way, that hair would not come out exactly the same as it did on that thing.
To be fair, she's been outside in the Midwestern summer heat for several hours now. The fact that hair still looks like that after that is
Aquanet, baby. Aquanet.
Yeah, a lot of hair.
Of course.
Touching moment between Hopper and Joyce. I hate that they forced this relationship. I don't like it.
Again, this would be another great. We're friends. There's nothing wrong, Hollywood, with friends. With men and women can be friends. I have lots of female friends who tolerate me. Okay. I have more female friends than I have dude friends as far as that goes. There's nothing wrong with that, Hollywood. Fucking Hawkeye and Black Widow, greatest on-screen friend duo, no romantic shit, just best friends. Like, that's totally possible. Like,
I only have one male friend.
Yeah.
One.
Haram.
Is it me?
It's my husband.
Everybody on the panel's like, it's me. It's me.
I'm me, right?
I'm her male
of course.
Yeah, of course.
I'm Nadia's friend.
Yeah. No, it's my husband. He's my best friend.
Aw.
Yeah. All right. They're escaping. I love how she's still wearing her knee pads.
He's my best friend.
Oh, your wife's your best friend too? Or is Chris your best friend?
Chris, yeah.
Oh, Chris, yes. I'm your friend. I'm friend. No, I have friends. As much as people don't believe.
They're just on the other side.
They're all my internet friends.
I've stopped trying to convince people.
My in real life best female friend randomly just texts me throughout the day apropos of nothing, and will just send me a random movie quote, and just that's it. That's all she does. She's just like randomly send me something from Ferris Bueller or something like that. You know what I mean? Just like randomly throughout the day to see if I'll guess it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so. When I went to go see Sassy in Arizona, I had to explain to my dad. I was like, yeah, it's my internet friends. And like, that still is a thing, having internet friends. I was like, yes,
but it's Dad. Different. Yeah, it's different now.
If anything, it's more of a thing now.
Oh, goodbye, Alexi.
Yeah. We never knew ye.
We never knew ye.
Yeah, woodpecker.
Woodpecker.
He's off to watch Saturday morning cartoons in the sky.
Oh, maybe he'll come back. Like Eddie's coming back.
He can still be alive.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, look, it's not rigged.
I'm all happy.
Oh, here we go. Terminator at home. We have Terminator at home.
All right, Zax, take it easy, Greasy.
Oh
Thanks,
no!
guys. Yeah, I got a bolt. Yeah, so there's some more, and we're on Scooby Show earlier tomorrow too. For the first time on there, the podcast, and she needs help too, so we're gonna talk about that. But then Circle of Jerks Saturday night, 10 o'clock Central, with Ruben is coming back.
Can I come on? Can I come on?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
I'll play Alien Isolation, and I'll raid into you. So
perfect. That sounds awesome to me. We gotta learn where Ruben's at now.
Nadia, before he goes, I had a clip that I put in down below for him.
Clear this building now. I can stop him. Let me go out there, please. I can't let you do that, son. He's got a gun. We're gonna lose him, Bill. They don't know how to drive anyway. Stop him.
Can I pause it, or am I gonna hit by YouTube?
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be that long. This is from the early Disney movies, Mac and Me, about some friendly aliens that befriend some kids. But directed by Zach.
Oh my god!
Jesus. What? This is the best movie ever. I need to go watch that right now.
What the fuck are these things?
It was the 80s. Huh?
Did they really just shoot a kid in a wheelchair?
Yes, they did.
That's so based. That's
Disney used to be a lot more violent back in the day.
Yeah.
What is the name of this movie? I think I ever saw
Mac and Me. It's called Mac and Me.
Yeah, it's like he befriends Mac. Like Mac's he's got parents and stuff, and cheesy but fun.
Don't mess with Texas, I guess. Right.
There you go. That was for you, Zach. That was just
Thank
for you.
Appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Bye,
Zach.
All right. Let me.
So now that we've gotten rid of the guy who hasn't watched the episode,
or the one that I'm okay. I'm okay. I promise you, I'm okay. Girl, I am okay. She hears me screaming and she's like, "What's going on, Mom? Are you okay?" Yes, girl. Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes, we have Terminator at home. We have Terminator at home. Terminator at home. Oh, okay. Okay, good girl. You're a good girl. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes. Ow, scratch my legs. Yep. That's a great way. She's sitting up like a here. Look, now people gotta look at you. Yeah. You camera shy? No.
No, it's the one that you look forward to on a is it Friday? Yeah, it will be Friday night. So one thing you look forward to on Friday night is his cameo.
Live May reaction.
Yeah, live May reaction. Okay. You good? You good? If I sneeze, it's worse. If I sneeze and she runs and she's got to be in my face the whole time. Sorry for the dog interruption, guys. Sorry.
I don't think you need to apologize to anyone for showing a dog. Like, look, I think that's what people click for. Like, come on.
What? What can I help you with?
See,
come here.
Nadia's got what we call in the business a Velcro pet. Just can't be separated.
I do.
Yeah.
She jumped out of a. Chris dropped me off for something. He was pulling away. She was in the back seat. She jumped out of the car, out of the window, because I was leaving. So she's very much.
This is why I stream. This is why I stream here at work instead of, because if I was at home, my French bulldog would be all up in my face right now.
Well, because she's part Jack Russell's. She's Jack Russell Blue Heeler, and Jack Russells are known to like one person in their life, and that's it. Like that's who they care about. You okay? Yeah, lay there. All right, back to Alexi dying. Gets shot by Terminator at home. Ugh, that's
he's still alive right now.
Wound. Yeah. Could he survive something like that?
Yeah.
With like immediate medical care.
The thing about bullet wounds is like you can get shot in the head and live. You can get shot in the thumb and die. Like it's so
because of the infection,
the impact, the caliber of the bullet, what it hits, what it doesn't, how long it takes you to get to medical care, whether or not they used a hollow point and it expanded inside your body, if they used a dum-dum round or something like that. I mean, it just really, how close the proximity was, I mean, people have lived through like multiple gunshots and people have been grazed and gone into shock and died. So, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. He's hit a little higher than the stomach. If it was a little lower and it was in the gut, he probably would have had a much better chance. This is a little higher, so it might have nicked a lung. So that's not so great. I don't know what he shot him with because I didn't see it. I mean, whatever it was obviously suppressed. But I mean, yeah, technically he could have lived. It does happen.
You would think at a carnival they probably would have also had a medical tent.
In the 80s?
Yeah. Kids get scrapes and stuff. They have like.
I mean, yeah, there might be somebody. Yeah, but there might be somebody there with some Pepto-Bismol for ride sickness and Band-Aids if someone scraped their leg. But I don't think there's any hollow point wound care action happening at the local Midwest Fair in 1985.
No, I don't think there's like a full, but they could have something to kind of stop the bleeding until they could get like true medical help.
Yeah.
Either way,
I just feel like they just put him in a alleyway and just said, "All right, you're done."
Yeah, but he also dies within like a minute. Either way, they wouldn't have time to get him to a hospital.
Yeah.
This is very cool. I thought this scene was very well done.
This was cool. This was very John Wick to me.
This was
there's literally a John Wick scene in John Wick 2, isn't it, with the mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
This is who Hopper is.
Hopper
This
his
is
ass.
season 1. This is season 1 Hopper. This is who Hopper should have been throughout season 2 and season 3. Not glimpses of it.
Yeah, he has returned.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's plenty of scenes like after like he gets his shit kicked in. Like the first time when they're at the abandoned lab, he reverts back to old school Hopper and he just goes full postal on some bitches.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like again, Hopper getting beaten up isn't the problem because that just adds stakes to it. It's Hopper not being Hopper. It's him not having the intelligence and experience that we know he does. It's like, yeah, he's been a sheriff for 15, 20 years. It's like, yeah, he knows how to fight people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joyce, I feel, is useless in this episode, in my opinion. I actually feel she's very useless throughout the next one too. I don't know.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Joyce always kind of has that problem where, like, after the initial mystery kind of starts to get unraveled, she loses a lot of her impact.
I'm moving through. That's the gut, I believe.
Yep, he gets the
or
gun.
similar to what it is. Yeah.
I forget.
I think all the Russian goons kind of have that same model on them here.
Yeah, it's called a Tokarov TT-33. It's basically our version of ubiquitous 45 or 9mm Beretta, like that. So,
can you put a suppressor like that on it?
They are designed to take a suppressor. They are designed that way for a suppressor.
Okay.
Specifically.
Fair enough.
Kudos to you for saying suppressor too. Good for you. I like that.
I had to hear about the whole 2A issue with the big bill because my husband is an advocate for 2A and keeps up to tabs with it. But
I
there's
like them already.
Something going on with suppressors in it and stuff, and something else. I forgot what it was, but yeah. I also believe gun rights are women rights too. Like
I
women,
also believe that.
I am a advocate of women should learn proper gun safety because it evens the playing field when you are put in certain situations. So that's just my opinion.
I mean, they don't call them the grand equalizer for nothing.
Yeah. Like, I don't care if you're 140 pounds and you've been taking jujitsu for all your life, a 200+ pound man is still going to overpower you. So like, I feel like women, again, should go through courses, learn how to use them safely. But I truly believe women should carry it.
I love how Nadia always like squawks at me calling her a unicorn and then constantly says unicorn type dialogue and stuff like almost every single time we do a show.
Yeah. Go on. When it comes to like self-defense classes and all that, don't a lot of them always say stuff like that where it's like, yeah, this is supposed to be like your last resort. If you're locked into a battle that if you're locked in and like you're at this point, then this is like your fallback tactic. If you're locked into a physical confrontation, like you don't have a knife, you don't have a gun, you don't have anything. This is what you use. Isn't that like the whole point anyway? You're not supposed to run into a fight and do that because that's one way to get yourself killed.
Yeah.
I think those classes more so help you be more aware of your surroundings, like being aware of things going on. Because I've always been under the belief that like police are when you need a police officer, usually they're minutes away. Like no bad guy is you're going to be like, hey, dude, I just called the cops. You got to wait like 5 minutes before this.
No,
like nobody's going to do that.
Mhm.
And especially with women, I have been approached in parking lots. I was able to get away because I acted as if I was carrying my handgun. Luckily, the guy was stupid enough to just back off. So like, there's situations. Again, I advocate. I know most women are uncomfortable with it. Take the courses, learn how to use it properly, learn about gun safety. But I truly believe women should carry.
Yeah, look, so like in Britain, we don't have guns or anything like that. So all I'll say is, yeah, you might be uncomfortable carrying a gun. You'll also be uncomfortable dead. You know, just take the gun.
Yeah, and I'm a big advocate too of pregnant women, especially carrying. It's especially Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas is a very high traffic human trafficking area. Pregnant women are a commodity for those type of people. I'm a true believer that pregnant women, when you're out and about or when you have little kids, that you should again learning gun safety first. So
got to disavow that one just because pregnant women, if you handle a firearm, the carbon that comes from the firearm can get through your skin and give the baby bad development. I had to deal with I had a couple pregnant soldiers and I had to fight really, really hard in order to make sure they didn't get sent to go work the ranges and handle their weapons.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I was looking more so for the protection of it. I mean, I hope nobody that needs to utilize it, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it came down between being attacked and doing it, yeah, sure. But just handling a firearm, just when you touch it, the carbon and things that are on a weapon in a firearm, they get into your body and into your bloodstream. That's how they test you. Like if they something looks hinky with a suicide by a firearm, they test you to see if any residue is on you, because it always is. So if that gets into your skin, everything that a woman touches while she's got a baby in her goes to the baby, basically. So if she drinks, if she smokes, if she does drugs, if she touches guns, things like that. So it can be very toxic to a see what I did there?
I learned something new today. I did not even know that. Well, mostly because like I've never been pregnant, so it's probably never crossed our minds to research that.
It's that's a good thing for them to learn in gun safety. Yeah, that's also why gun safety is important.
Yep. I am a true believer that you should be taking classes. All right. So the adults, Hopper, Joyce, and why the fuck is this so hard? What's his name? Our Russian translator.
Murray,
thank you. Overheard the Russians saying that the kids are at the mall. Murray's like, it could be anybody's kids. Joyce is like, no, it's pretty sure our kids. So they are headed to the mall where the kids are. Now we've got these Russian soldiers, man, say that 10 times fast, looking for the kids. And my favorite scene is where she takes, is it the car, and like throws it at him.
Yeah, flips it over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why all these Russian soldiers are taking so much time to go and check behind that counter? Because I mean, like they know they're looking for kids, don't they? It's like it's not like they think they're going up against trained soldiers. They know that they're looking for kids.
Do they know that they're going up against a super powered young chick though?
I don't think they do.
I thought they were briefed on it. Wouldn't they have to have been briefed on that if they know about the Upside Down? They know about 11.
Do they necessarily?
I don't think they're ever. I don't know. I don't think they ever explain like that the Russians know about like the going-ons in the lab per se. They just know that a gate was opened here at some point.
I mean, he looks pretty surprised there in that scene, seeing 11-ish. Yeah, well, as far as like stoic surprise goes, you know what I mean?
This adds to 11's body count.
Yeah. Also, you think
not
that go on. Sorry, go on. You finish.
Body count in a sense killed them, not slept. So just wanna.
We know. We knew. But What was I going to say? You think that if they were briefed on 11's abilities, they would know to stay away from large metal objects that could be used to take all of us out at once. Like that car. They'd be like, okay, we need to take 11 out quickly as possible.
Well, someone even said in the chat, why do the bad guys always bunch up like that?
Yeah,
I mean, that's agreed. That's
Plot
not
armor.
Tactical. That would not be smart.
The strongest explanation in world I can give is that the Russians they could have picked up grab some of our firearms on the way out, so you don't know if they're armed or not. That's the best excuse I can come up with, and even then, it's not that good.
Also, even if they know she has powers, I don't think they probably were told that she's she's not really dangerous. She just can move like a Coca-Cola can from one end to the other. She's not going to move a car. I don't think they've been.
I'll buy that. I'll buy that just because that was a major plot point in the book Firestarter by Stephen King. It's that the guys that were going after. Even after Charlie had burned up a couple of the agents and stuff like that, some of the guys that are going after were did she really do yada yada yada? And they're like, nah, that's probably that's probably not true, Yeah, no, she wrecks these guys.
Bang.
Back to season 1 where she popped everybody's brains. People think 11's. I get it. We're all sympathetic to 11 because that's how her character arcs are built throughout the season. But she's a murderer. She's literally a murderer. She killed people.
Yeah.
Granted, it's all in self-defense. I completely understand, but
yeah, of course.
They don't hold back.
That's the thing I don't get. This is the thing I don't get about how, people's analysis of characters sometimes and the way they try to beat around the bush. It's look, killing in self-defense is not a bad thing if you're basically locked into that situation. All right, it's either you or them. It's not. You don't want it to be that. You're not going to be happy if it's them, are you? You don't want them to kill you, and so.
Well, killing gets a bad rap anyway. So
yeah. It's obviously she doesn't just go around killing anybody in a suit, because obviously not. But when 4 trained Russian soldiers are trying to kill / capture, terrorize, torture,
I got
teenage kids, it's just that's why I like that line of The Walking Dead from the bar scene in the season 2. It was either them or us. It's he didn't hesitate and wait for them to shoot first. He knew what was going to happen. And he acted, and he was the one that survived.
Right. Agreed.
Well, the kids are finally reunited. I like how they are Elle has superpowers, Robin. Keep up. Not a big deal that she just watched this kid move a car.
Thank God this was not made in 2022 or something like that. It would have been yeah, she has superpowers. She's telekinetic. I'm gay.
And they're what? Oh, there's Russians. Wait, there's Russians? Yes. Keep up with everything, guys.
To be fair, it's 2019. It's not far off.
That's true.
Plus, it's cool too. You can see 11 in the next scene. That car, she's really struggling because she's picked up bigger shit. And that car, she did fling it, but she's really draining her powers right now.
Well, she's also bit though. She's infected by the bite too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm sure it's handicapping her in some way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
No, it definitely is.
Because your telekinesis, psychokinesis powers would be the same as anything else that you do that's an ability. You know what I mean? If you were injured in some way, it would start to drain everything. Yeah, this is gross. Can we skip past this?
This is gnarly, but I wanted to point it out. It's a really good prosthetic on this leg too. Granted, it's covered in a lot of blood, so they can hide edges and stuff. But it's very gooey, very gooey.
The lighting is also helping it a lot.
Yeah.
Then they get a little bit of wiggle underneath it.
Oh yeah, with a little bleh. And then it cuts to her screaming. So that is the end of this episode. Shit hurts. Probably, yeah. Correct. You have trivia, and then we'll get to final thoughts. Let me edit. There we go. Wait.
Okay.
Yes.
The Coca-Cola Company actually remanufactured fresh cans of New Coke as a cross promotion with this season. The cans were identical to the ones seen in the episode. They were never actually sold in any grocery stores, but were given away at several promotional events, the Coca-Cola Experience in Atlanta, and bundled in an exclusive Stranger Things 20, I can't read because the chat's covering it, gift box they sold on their website. 2016. Okay, great. Oh, I'll move it. Sorry. The The movies listed at the cinema are Back to the Future, Daryl, great movie, Return to Oz, Cocoon, Fletch, another great movie, and The Stuff.
Return to Oz is good.
Mike and Lucas's argument is representative of the New Coke failure of 1985. The music at the fun fair when Hopper and Joyce arrive sounds a lot like the theme song of the Dungeons and Dragons animated series, great show, which starts with the protagonist getting on the Dungeons and Dragons ride at the fair. Great
This is
show.
my little Mind Flayer. This is a Mind Flayer.
One of the movies at the theater the kids hide in is The Stuff, which is also features an amorphous monster. When Eleven is sitting in the supermarket, she's sitting in front of a freezer with Eggo waffles inside. Eggos are known to be a favorite food of hers. The Russian hunts Hopper in a hall of mirrors, similar to Scaramanga and James Bond in The Man with the Golden Gun. And that's all I got.
All right.
Unless you want to play the rest of that clip from Mac and me and, fuck them kids.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Because it gets worse.
Oh, no. Well, that being said, Blue, final thoughts?
Oh yeah, I mean, like every season at most shows that we have, like 7 to 8 feels like its own arc in episode 1 and 2. So this is the penultimate episode until the finale, and yeah, I mean, you can definitely see the CGI. That's where they spent their budget, and as I said before, I do like seeing 11 straining, and she's not as overpowered as she was before, so that aspect is good. Yeah, we see a character die, sad, and it's a good episode, but I do like the finale a lot better, and this definitely has you at the edge of your seat, like, okay, hey, what's gonna happen next? What's the final episode gonna be? And we'll get into it next week.
Toonie?
Yeah, I agree with Blue Collar that it sets up the finale nicely. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the 8th installment of season 3. In terms of prosthetics, I'll defer to that kind of thing to everyone else, because it's not my field of expertise. Alex's death, I did like. I think there's when he gets shot, they do time it with like a firework going off or something. So that's sort of
a balloon popping. Yeah.
Oh, something like that. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So they try and do something to excuse why, even with a suppressor, they can't. Like the people right next to him don't hear the gunshot or even see what's going on. In terms of the monster, yeah, it was. There's no way that it wouldn't have killed at least several people in that intro fight. It's just one of those, like, yeah, let me stay outside and poke tentacles through the windows every so often instead of just barging right through. But yeah, it was good to see some limitations for. I mean, she's always had limitations, but she gives it everything she's got, gives it a good old rage scream, splits it in half, and we know it's coming back later. The only thing I'll say to that is that if the monster survived that and it knows that was the best Elle could give, you sat there like, well, wouldn't it just finish them off there? Like, is it not? Because I mean, it split its head in half, but I mean, it's not like it actually has a brain in the body, is it? Like, it's just an amorphous mass of flesh. It's not like it has organs, is it? Like, well, I mean, we don't know specifically, but I don't think we're led to believe so.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it that way. Yeah. Plot armor. Anyway.
That's the summary of it. Yeah.
Well, I say the big takeaway that I appreciate from this episode. Oh my god, can you stop squirming? Velcro pets. Am I right?
Right.
The big takeaway is that I appreciate that we get a sense like the threat that the Mind Flayer's proxy body is in this episode, and just how dangerous it actually is and what it's capable of. Kind of going off of it, I'll give it a little split more into Toonie's questions about it. Assume no organs, just basically a controlled killing machine. And only reason it didn't manage to take him out then, because recovering its head back to one piece it takes a little bit of time. It's all plot convenience,
Toxic?
I'll say one thing about Stranger Things, whether you like the season or don't like the season 1, 2, 3, or 4, their penultimate episodes, by the way, Blue Collar learned that word from me. The episode before the season finale is, I'm kidding. Maybe, not really. The episode that they have before the season finale, it tends to be pretty good. They don't really drop the ball with that. There's a lot of different shows that I've done rewatches and reviews of where the penultimate episode is just more filler and it doesn't set things up, because that's really the purpose of your episode before the last episode. That's whole point. And if it does it right, then the season finale can go screeching towards the finish line of whatever plot has been building up to throughout the season. And I think this one accomplishes it. And I would even go out on a limb and say that all of the penultimate episodes and season finales in Stranger Things are pretty strong. Hey, I got a fire alarm. I'll be right back.
All good. I pretty much agree with all of you. The finales are always the best part of Stranger Things, when the crew is back together and facing off with the monster and stuff. I feel like Alexi's death is not that impactful, mostly because I don't think we spent enough time with him as a character throughout the season.
Yeah.
Similar to that's why I feel like Bob is more impactful, because he plays an important role. Alexi's just kind of like a add-in at the end. Similar with Eddie in season 4. He's pretty much there from the beginning, and then with the relationship with Dustin, and then we get to that point. But I don't like we went over it. I don't like the Steve Robin scene very much. But overall, I think it's a good episode. I think it's a solid episode for the season. I think it's the final finale, right? Like Toxic said, Blue, Sketch, Toonie, it's always big, this is where they put all their money, obviously, with season 3. This is where they put all their money on it. So, Blue, what do you got going on next?
I'll try to get out a Superman video tomorrow if I can, because people, like my opinion, what I'd said on Facebook about it, and plus it's a hot topic right now, and just, I'm going from here to work, and just try to get out as fast as possible. You guys all know it. Making sometimes a 5 or 6 minute video is a 4 or 5 hour process. So
that's why I stopped recording videos. Toonie, what do you got going on next?
Don't worry, I am still here. So next, excuse me. Next thing, I'm gonna edit a Phasmophobia video. That I played with my mate. We're still not very good at it, but I think we survived on one of them. So just generally stuff. It's the same as usual. So let's play videos, and playthroughs and series and things like that. So I think I'm about halfway through RoboCop at this minute. I'm trying to get through Devil May Cry 2. Try to get back into that. And my mate is trying to get me into Rec Room.
Very cool. Sketch.
Okay, well, much the same. Back to working. I mean, you want to talk about 5, 6, 7 minute videos? Let's talk 30+ minute long episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, twice a week, baby. But other than that, in my own backyard, sound design editing exercises, hopefully starting next Friday with a Stranger Things edit that I've been promising.
Very cool. Toxic?
Sunday we'll be doing the season finale of season 2, Becoming Part 1 and Part 2 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Toonie will also be on there with me, along with a few other guests, and including a new YouTuber who has joined us as of last week. So that should be pretty fun. And then we'll slide into season 3. We might wind up taking a little detour and looking at a music video that was done. I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to get away with. I'm going to try to upload it and see what passes muster and what doesn't. But if we can, I'd like to take a look at that. But that'll be kind of a surprise for my panel on Sunday. And that's really all I got until Tuesday, when I'll be back on Outcast Creative.
Okay. Before I share what's going on with this panel, if you guys could stay around, I want to talk to you guys in the backstage. So don't scare off. Chat, you guys have been awesome. You guys are going to actually raid into B-roll. So they're going right now. They watch kooky, weird fucking movies. It's always a good time over there. Please go support them as well. So you're going to be raiding into them. Tell them I sent you. As for this channel, So tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, I will be trying a new way of doing members watch party. Members, you've got a link. You'll be joining me. We're going to be watching I Know What You Did Last Summer, 1997. And then I'm going to be playing some Alien Isolation tomorrow. And then I'll be over on Circle of Jerks. So that should be fun. Next week, normal schedule, Horror Tuesday, where the chat will help me with submitting votes for Fangoria's Chainsaw Award. We're going to do a members gaming and chat on the 16th. And then we start the Institute next week. So we're going to be starting with episode 1. We will be back here Friday for the finale of season 3. And normal schedule the following week. Members watch party on the 26th will be Barbarian. And then Final Girls on the 29th. Millennial Horror tier stream on the 30th, which some of you know the people who I do those streams with. We've got some newcomers, including Box Office Brawler, who's a Gen Z. So it should be interesting to see his point of view on these movies. So I want to thank my panel. You guys were awesome, as always. This has been fun. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be feeling better. So until next time, y'all, you know what to do. Stay spooky. Bye.